Hey there guys, this is Ace Kagemotes. Today I'm coming to you with another raid and boss. This time for the Itachi one, the one that came out in global recently, Creeping Dark Clouds. A rank mission using only green units. And you know how many pearls we used? I would like to say 0, but it was 1 pearl. Only 1 pearl needed to complete the entire raid. Now, I'm going to start off by telling you guys that this raid was pretty difficult, even using these 3 Kabutos. Now, as you noticed, I have a level 4, a 4-star Kabuto, green one. And definitely this raid would have gone a lot more better using a level 5 one. Would it have made that much big of a difference? Possibly, okay? Alright, I'm going to start off this raid right now by trying to take out the grunts that produce damage, okay? The males produce damage, the female ninjas, the enemy units, they heal, okay? Remember that. So in the first map, you're gonna, as you guys just saw, 3 were there. I hit 2 of them, and then more spawn, okay? So you're gonna want to be careful with that. They do spawn right away. Don't group your ninjas too close together, okay? Or else it will hurt you even more. Remember, this damage that you're taking is super effective damage, being that they are red units and you are a green unit, okay? So this is the hardest mission out of the 3, being that it's the super effective once again. So even my hits, my damage dealt to them is reduced, okay? Because they are resistant to my attacks. I'm just trying to isolate one of the healers. That way I can heal with my Kabutos. Now, once again, the reason why I have a 4-star Kabuto is because of the fact that I recently got this Kabuto. In fact, if you want, you can check out my summoning video so you can see how that went. I recently got this Kabuto, and I knew that I would need healers to get this raid done. And I knew that I would need good healers, so I brought Kabutos instead because they have that heal and it's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't have any green scrolls to evolve them, so yeah. As you can see, I'm using my ultimate jutsus, okay? So even though I'm using my ultimate jutsu, I am gonna be stalling. Now, as always, I'm speeding it up for you guys. That way you don't have to see the entire process, okay? The whole raid will take you about maybe 30 minutes or so, depending on how fast you go, depending on how fast you position your troops, how fast you position everything. But the main idea is to be careful, and also keep in mind, if you need to restart for whatever reason, make sure you're always ready to do so. That way you get the continue that comes from restarting with time, okay? The continue for your last turn, the restart. Yeah, because a few times in this raid, as you guys, I had to restart, okay? Because I was lacking, because I was trying to get let's say an immobilize using my 2 Nejis. I did bring 2 Nejis instead of a Sasuke, mainly because of their utility. My Sasuke has more damage limit broken than Neji, but Neji's immobilize is so good that I was like, I just gotta bring it, you know? And it worked out really well in this raid, okay? So Neji, so using Neji, I had to re-roll a few times for an immobilize. So, you know, restarting it, then logging back in and seeing if I got the reroll. If I didn't get it, I would restart it until I got the reroll. So yeah, that's what I would do. You know, if you and by all means do that, guys, to get the reroll, okay? While I'm talking here, definitely make sure you're paying attention to the map, okay? Make sure you're paying attention to the gameplay as well, okay? I'm just like a voice in the background while you guys watch this gameplay, while you guys see what I do here, all right? How the enemy spawns. Remember, the healers have really large radiuses. Their attack radius is really big, all right? And the males, they have a medium radius, a decent radius. I'm not so you want to also be mindful of that, okay? You want to also be mindful of that. I'm gonna speed this up even more for you guys. This a lot of stalling here. You guys already know what we do. We stall and we heal. Alright? Then what are we doing? We take out the grunt, make sure that we have a decent amount of health, a decent amount of chakra. Now the tricky part with using these Kabutos is that unfortunately they don't have a field heal. So that's why it was a little bit difficult for me to keep my health up. You see that? So even if I was stalling, I was still losing health because I couldn't field heal. So imagine, even with that handicap, I was still able to pull off a 1 pearl victory. Imagine. So if anything, definitely, if you guys can think of a better strategy learning from this raid, then by all means, more power to you guys, okay? Because that's what I want, you know? I want you guys to have the right strategy. And if looking at this raid gives you ideas, then listen, use those ideas. I'm glad that I could help, okay? If you think bringing maybe a Haku might be better for the field heal, then by all means, bring the Haku for the field heal. I brought these Kabutos and they worked out enough for me to finish the raid using 1 pearl. And keep in mind, I did use 1 4-star Kabuto, so it wasn't even a 5-star one. Alright, now the patterns kind of repeat in these raids, okay? From the first map to the second map, the pattern repeats, okay? Also, you want to keep in mind that Itachi will spawn on the third time, the third wave of enemies, okay? The Anbu Itachi will spawn in the third wave of enemies. So you don't want to be grouped too close together because his special jutsu, his ultimate jutsu, his jutsu is AoE, okay? It is an AoE jutsu, so it will hit all of your troops, your ninjas at once, okay? He uses Tsukuyomi. So you want to definitely keep your distance because the bosses in this raid, as well as the enemies. So imagine if the enemies do this much damage. Imagine the raid bosses. The raid bosses do a lot of damage, okay? A lot of damage. And since the AI has gotten smarter, now it's even more difficult to outsmart them, okay? Sometimes I found myself seeing the AI do some ridiculous targeting. And I was like, are you kidding me? Give me a break. Like, come on, how could you get that little corner? Yeah, it happens. So you want to be aware of the distance that each unit has. The healers have large, the males have medium ranges. So they will still reach you if you're still a little bit close and not far enough. And Itachi also has a really good range, okay, for his special. As always, I'm speeding it up for you guys. Just speeding it up. Also stalling, healing, okay, building up my chakra. But once again, without a field heal, it became a little difficult for me to keep it at a good health, okay? I would always have to advance to the next step without a field heal. As you can see, Itachi has an initiative. Starts off, hits me, okay? The next move that comes from Itachi is a special. So first he comes in, he does a regular hit, and then he does his special, his jutsu, okay? So that's why I had to get the immobilized. If you try to get the immobilized at this point, and you don't get it, then by all means restart the game. Restart the game and reload it. Reload the game, okay? That's what I mean by restart. Reload the game and go back in, and it'll take you back to your save space, to your save game data before your previous turn. But make sure you do it with time because you can lose that turn and not be able to restart. All right, so here we go. I had to eliminate all the other grunts. As you saw, my Nejis did some serious work in that raid, okay? Some serious work. Using that rotation, I was able to eliminate those fodder units, okay? Another good reason to bring Neji. Alright, Sasuke would have also done some damage, but remember, the key about rotation is this: even if you don't kill them, you will stun them, you will immobilize them. As you can see, Itachi uses his Tsukuyomi jutsu a lot, okay? And it's pretty strong, but it's not as strong on one person as it would be on 2 or 3 of your your ninjas. I used my Sasuke's special ability because I want Sasuke, because I'm like, you know what? My Sasuke's at level 145 limit break. So imagine with the boost, okay? It is a monstrous boost, more even, I would say, than if I relied only on the fireball. All right, especially since I'm stalling here, it works well to have that boost for Sasuke. It works well to have him as the one who's taking the hits and dishing them out while I stall with my Kabutos. Now the challenge here was trying to keep up with the chakra. Since this Kabuto uses 4 and my 4-star one had 5 chakras since he's pre-evolved, it became a little difficult keeping up. But would that have made that much of a difference? It would make a difference, but would it have made a game-changing difference? I'll leave that up to you guys to debate. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that it would have been a little bit more health and a little bit more easier, but that doesn't change the amount of damage I'm receiving here. Look at this damage. Just look at how much damage I'm taking here, guys. It wasn't an easy raid, all right? These guys hit hard. Okay, and going into the next map, I had to kill this guy off because if I left him alive any longer, he was gonna kill me. So as you can see, I'm starting off always the next wave and the next map with less health than full, and even my chakra is not even full. Okay, it's tricky, guys. It's really tricky, and you wonder how I used one pearl only. It really was tricky. It took restarting. It took re-rolling for those immobilizes, for those jutsu seals, okay? Looking at the pattern, remembering how they spawn, okay? That's why it's good for you guys to see this and pay attention to the spawn patterns. Believe me, it's all there. They repeat the pattern, first map, second map, and then if you pay attention, you can see, okay, we got the healers, we got the heavy hitters, the AoE jutsus. All right, you know about it. Then you learn about your spacing of your ninjas, how to space them, how to keep them apart. As you can see, this healer right here has a large range, but because I'm so spaced apart across the map, she can't target 2 of my ninjas at once. So that's what you got to remember to do. All right, now Itachi has large range. The boss Itachi, the official boss, not the mini raid boss, the official Itachi boss has a large range, which means he will be a pain in the ass, okay? Which basically means that. It basically means that he will give you a hard time as you try to space out your troops and hit him as well, okay? And his Tsukuyomi jutsu as well as his fireball jutsu is really strong against you since it's super effective, okay? So yeah, here he comes. After you kill the 2 grunts that appear in the 3rd map, only 1 wave, and then the 2nd wave is Itachi and his henchmen, as I can call them. That was an accident, but you guys got to see there a little bit of what I had. Okay, so Itachi and his henchmen showed up. So what do I gotta do here? Now this is tricky. You want to make the right choice. Using Neji's Immobilize is so key here, all right? If you don't get it, then what do? You restart. You restart and get that Immobilize because it is so essential to get that Immobilize. Look at that Immobilize. I am delaying the entire squadron of enemies at once. The entire squadron at once, I'm delaying them completely. So that's why it's beneficial to bring Neji over Sasuke. You see, I still brought my Sasuke, but I have 2 Nejis, and those 2 Nejis are making all the difference here. So I'm trying to save up my chakra for my 3rd Neji. That way I can get his ultimate jutsu, which I know will do a fair amount of damage, not too much, but a fair amount of damage to Itachi. But as you can see, Itachi does not relent, trying to do his danger on me, his ultimate jutsu. So what do? We immobilize. Sasuke wouldn't have done that. You gotta admit it. Sasuke would not have done that. So I'm healing with my Kabuto. As you can see, I have a decent amount of health. But how did I lose, right? Let's see how I lost, okay? Because as I said, these guys hit hard. And naturally, being an A rank mission, these guys hit pretty hard. And with that mission in place, the whole element thing, you know, it's really difficult, okay? The whole do it with only green units, and they are heart red units, right? Okay, so here I am trying to keep my troops, my ninjas, as separate as possible. Because remember, Itachi has a large range, okay? So you don't want to get too close, or else he will combo both of you. He has a continuous up. And as we all know, continuouses mean first is a hit and then is a special ultimate jutsu. I use my Sasuke's Sharingan because, once again, massive damage being dished out by this level 145 Sasuke. Massive damage with his Sharingan awakened. And it's also good for stalling, okay? It's also good to use him while stalling with his Sharingan awakened. I'm healing with my Kabutos, and then I try to get him with my Neji, but I realize that he can't be touched. The man cannot be touched because he's so smart. He stands on the edge of the map, so my targeting can't get him with Neji. Go figure, huh? So I just had to hit him to keep him away from my other units. Look at this health. Give me a break. I did everything I could. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I had no choice. I was like, you know what? Okay, you know what? 4 pearls is still pretty good. I did my best, but this guy's crazy. This guy doesn't stop hitting me. What the F is wrong with him, right? Okay. Then I was like, whatever. Whatevs, man. Whatevs. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use a pearl. At least this 1 pearl, and I know it'll help you guys out regardless. So I was like, I'm gonna make a sacrifice and I'm gonna use 1 pearl. Here we go. I'm gonna just try to take him out as fast as I can, because remember, I could still die and that would really suck. Thankfully, now I can get him with my Neji. So what do? Boom. A-palm 64, you know, boom, and then 100 something palms, right? We get him, boom. And what are we gonna do now? Okay, remember, now we combo him. I gotta gang up on him. Sasuke still there, hitting him hard. Then I use once again my Neji. Gotta get that immobilized, guys. Gotta get that immobilized. So key in stalling and keeping him there to get that damage down. And fireball, and we're done. Alright? So, tips, Neji, bring healers, guys, okay? Make sure that you pay attention to the pattern, pay attention to which ones are the healers, which ones are the heavy hitters. Remember, they all have AoE jutsus. The male heavy hitters and the raid bosses have AoE jutsus. Keep your troops spaced out, and let me know if this helped you out. Let me know if this guide helped you out. Let me know how it went for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. 1 pearl used. We did it, guys. Remember to subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments if you want to see anything in particular. I'm always reading your comments. I care about your feedback very much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you liked it, you know, because I definitely do these videos because I love helping you guys out, and I love definitely entertaining you guys with some quality content being done in this game about these raids and all these things. All right, I'll be back next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.